your favorite hour on the hour, and it is your favorite coach, Coach Goody, and this is Giving Game. We got some special guests in the building because guess what? It's Sac State's homecoming, and yes, I know I missed my homecoming last week, but I get to give it all to Sac State this week, okay? So I'm going to let them introduce. I'm going to start to my right. Introduce yourself. Tell the people who we got in the building today.
Yes, sir. Jairon Jackson. Super excited. Former Sacramento State alumni. Graduated 2013. Had the phenomenal pleasure to be born and raised in the beautiful city of Sacramento, California. Stayed home. Like I said, I went to Sac State. I am now the CEO and co-founder of Architects of Hope, community-based nonprofit organization. And we're excited this weekend is homecoming, so we're ready to turn up. Let's go.
And I got another guest in here. Talk to me, baby.
Yes, my name is Cyrus Mulitalo, also former Sac State alumni from 2005, 2008, was a three-time All-American, Hall of Famer.
Let them know.
Played professionally for a little bit. Now currently the COO of the Sac 12.
Come on now.
And so, you know, we're doing everything we can to push this program to get to that next level. So that's exactly what we're doing.
Man, I got some special people in the building. Former athletes, talk to me about your journey to getting to Sac State. Obviously, today is all about Sac State. We're going to be talking about football, basketball, everything that's happening. But these young men made a decision to go to Sac State. What was it about Sac State that said, hey, this is the place I need to be, or this was the best decision I made?
I'll hop in there. So like I said, I was from the city, and I had a phenomenal opportunity to know that Sacramento State had a phenomenal criminal justice program, which was the major that I wanted to be in. And they gave me an opportunity. I took the opportunity, and we ran with it. I was able to play for about 3.5 years along with my twin brother, Damone Jackson. And it was kind of like a no-brainer. You know, I wanted to go the 4-year route. You know, much love to all, my junior colleges.
West
Campus, baby.
Man, come on, West Campus Warriors. I had to just get a shout out. I'm just saying, no offense. I had to give West Campus a shout out because some of y'all are too young to know how good your schools were in the city. You know what I mean? Peaks and valleys. But yes, West Campus football team has some kids that went D1.
Yes,
you know
come on, I'm right here.
Talk to me, Cyrus. What about you? Why did you? You're not a Sac State. You're not a Sacramento person. So.
I'm a Bay Area nigga.
Okay, Bay Area.
San Leandro, 510, man, stand up. But what's crazy is my story almost never happened. You know, so out of high school, I got all the awards. Right, I was the Mr. East Bay All-State.
Come on now.
Offense and defense player of the league, and so statistically, you know, I had everything that should have took me to pretty much any D1. Yeah. You know, but recruiting back in the day in 2005 is a lot different than what it is now, right? We couldn't just throw a video on Huddle or put it online, YouTube. You know, none of that was really existent. So I had no offers coming out of sign
with all the accolades.
With all the accolades.
Wow.
With all the accolades. Playing against these guys in the league that had offers, right?
Yeah.
And doing my thing against them. But after National Signing Day, had no offers. And then I made my own highlight tape, right? So
mind you, y'all can't see his stats because he's an OG, not an OG. You know what I mean? He's in big unk status right now. So when you look him up, you can see his name, but you can't see the stats because some of y'all don't remember before you just had access to Max Preps. It was actually the start of Max Prep. So a lot of us in this room right now, excluding Julius, we're in the early stages of Max Prep. So, you know, not a lot of availability on that
I think
part.
after 20 years, it gets...
They gotta let it go. They gotta let it go.
But yeah, so I popped into VHS, right? Play, rewind, record, and created my own highlight tape. Sent them out to a couple schools, Sac State being one of them. And they got it. One of the linebackers decommitted at the time or ended up signing somewhere else. Called me on a Thursday saying, can you come up Thursday afternoon? Went up there and they offered me a scholarship. So, yeah, at the time was the only scholarship I had coming out of high school, and I took it. And then got my jersey sold in bookstores, right, on banners, side of buses, everything. So I'd say it worked out pretty well.
So it was a great decision.
Yeah.
Figuring it out. Both of y'all having to work for your own. I talk to kids all the time. Same kind of story. Like, everybody thinks that every athlete is the star. And there's levels to stardom. You know what I mean? I'm learning there's levels to everything. You talking about being the best player in the Bay, which, being from Sacramento, everybody's like, oh, you guys are not as good as the Bay. And, they think that because we up here a little bit northern, with the cows, that we're not as good as the Bay Area. All right? But hearing that story, like, what made you say, hey, I'm going to continue to do it? Because a lot of these times, these kids are, like, telling me, man, oh, my coach got me, or I go to this good school, I'm going to get recruited, and, like, at the end of the day, they don't. So there had to be some, like, self-advocacy here. How was that so important for you and, like, being able to get you to where you needed to go?
I mean, it helped me. Those are one of the characteristics with sport or football that still carries, like, so I bring to this day is being able to, take my future or my plans or where I want to see myself go in my own hands, right? And not really leaving it up to anybody else to decide where I want to go, what I want to do, or what my capabilities or limits are, right? So it was huge for me to do it for myself. Ain't nobody can do it. The only person is me, right? So,
I want to definitely say, like, I was in the same boat. Big ups to my pops who's out there in the stands.
Come on, Pops.
With the man. Big ups to Pops. And he was huge. A lot of our players' development, just him being on campus, hollering at people, just knowing you got somebody there. But we created our own highlight tapes too. Once again, I remember we had us in the living room, making a little recording us. My name is Jairon Jackson. I am 6 foot. I run a 4, blah, 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 blah. But to Cyrus's point, advocating and creating your own reality in your own world, it starts, where you're at, and you got to just put in the work.
Absolutely.
People want stuff, but they don't want to put in the work.
No, absolutely not. And that goes right into, like, my next question for y'all. Obviously, having to advocate for yourself is crazy in the sports world. I'm just saying, for all y'all young people listening, y'all parents that's listening, y'all got social media, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Like, y'all have so many outlets, and you just hear, they don't even know what a VHS is. So shout out to all my OGs that know what the VHS is. Shout out to all my parents, grandparents that had the big stupid camcorder, because my dad had the big stupid camcorder on his shoulder, recorded my games on top of our Christmas video. So that's a side note, you know what I mean? We had to really get it out the mud type of mentality. How did that help you guys transition into being the bosses that you are now? Because a lot of the times, you see athletes, you think that we just do this because we get popular. But no, it's a lot of skill that we learn within our sport, how to really be a dog, how to really be committed, how to really go get what you want, which turns into 3 people that have their own businesses that are doing very successful. How what you learned in sports transition to what you're doing every day?
Man, it's everything. You know what I'm saying? There's so many life lessons and characteristics and traits and like that you learned in the locker room in sport that you can't get anywhere else, in my opinion. And so, there's in football specifically, we know how to handle 2-minute warning, right? How to compete under pressure, right? Pressure situations, not fold, right? And so, how to work with 70 other people, right? How to be coachable, how to take yourself out of the equation and like it's a team thing, right? It's not about me, it's about us. So like sport teaches you all that, and in the work world now, having been in the financial industry, running my own financial practice, and then now in the real estate world and mortgage world and running SAC 12, I lean on a lot of those things. I mean, football has taught me so much.
I think, what they say, everybody has a plan until you punch in the mouth. Yeah. That's what really, when it talks about business and owning your own thing, you better be ready to stay in the fire. Yeah. It's going to get tough. It's going to get difficult. You're going to go through adversity. And the biggest thing they say why most businesses fail is because people give up too soon. So when you're in, space, so when I'm in a space where I'm used to things being difficult, when you got to deal with All-American linebackers and you're a freshman running back, getting beat up and knocked around, right?
It's definitely Jairon. I don't know. I'm not gonna put the moan in this. guys. Shout out D because he ain't here, but Jairon was definitely a street D coming out of high school. Okay, he almost looked like a basketball player, almost. You know what I mean? So I can only imagine.
Man, it was tough. It was tough. Yep.
Shout out to you though, because I mean, you know, you got knocked down. But after every play, you got back up.
100%.
Wiped the snot out your nose, and you went back to huddle and went out and did it again.
You got it done.
And for sure, it shows the dynamics. I try to tell people, when you, especially in football, and I just talked to a young man. Shout out to McNair. I was at McNair yesterday. Got a very talented football team, obviously, and just the conversation when you're in a football team, it's so many dynamics going on. And not a lot of these guys are on full ride scholarships. Can y'all just talk to me about like the real trenches of football? Because everybody thinks like, oh, I'm about to get this NIL, I'm about to be popping, but you have guys that are walk-ons, all the way to guys who are those full ride scholarship guys, and it's such a different power dynamic in the locker room with 70 guys. Now basketball, we only got 15, okay, and I can't deal with these women already, but dealing with 70 guys, different dynamics, because in basketball everybody's on scholarship, so we good. Like nobody's really tripping off of how they gonna eat, or you know what I mean. I mean, to a certain degree, football is very different. We've all seen Last Chance U. Any experiences of like what y'all had to go through?
I'm gonna get it started because as I walked on, so I was made the team. Thank the Lord up above. Thank God I got a roster spot.
Yeah.
You know, so I came in there as a redshirt freshman, you know, born and raised in the city, excited to be on the team, knowing like I got a lot of work to put in.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I had to work. So I'm playing football. I'm a full-time criminal justice major. I'm working part/full-time. We got paying for my own house. You know what I mean? You don't get any type of support or funding, and you still got to put in the same amount of energy and the same amount of effort as everybody else. So it was, and once again, you know, it's a journey that's high. Just you got to just lock in, and if you want it, then you're gonna get it. But it's not gonna be easy. So
shout out to you, bro.
Big shout outs, because boy, I struggled, and I could not imagine having to do everything in college. I say big shout outs to regular students as well, because just going to class, practice, study hall, individuals, I was struggling as a freshman. So big shout out to you being able to manage it, finish it, and then be able to be 4 years, because people don't understand. They think, oh, you're on scholarship, it's here today, gone tomorrow, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? You know, you're in that situation. But for you, just being in that opportunity and then being around the other guys, how was that for you?
So it was, I mean, the resources we had a little bit more, right? For example, I mean, you know, books were paid. We had training tables, so we got to eat after practice, but I mean, it's still, you know, it's still a struggle, even though you're on full scholarship. You know what I mean? So we got a little stipend. You know, I think $3,000 to stretch over 3.5, 4 months.
That ain't happening.
You know what I'm saying?
That'll go a long way.
But that's the reason why you have 5, 6 guys. You know, all in one apartment, and you know, or one house, and you know, whoever got the biggest room pays a little bit extra. But that's, you know, we still had to make it work. But it, you know, it's tough for us too.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
It's not easy. I think people think, like, especially too, because we grew up in an era with no NIL. So my academic scholarships put me in almost ineligibility because I had too much funding coming in from grants and other sources. So even when they told me that, I was like, what you mean? I applied for these scholarships? Like, what are you talking about? I only can make $2,500 outside money. Like, and I went to an HBCU, so definitely not getting a stipend, okay, basketball-wise. We got paid as we went to, like, games, and, you know, you get food money, travel money, you know, in the gap. So I remember, like, my freshman year, getting off the bus, we going to Alabama, everybody like, hey, save your money. I get out, I got Skittles, Hot Cheetos, you know what I mean, big Gatorade. And then when we came back, everybody else had like a cool $150 in the pocket. So it's like they had that extra little spending money in between. And then I was like, okay, now I gotta, you know, save my chicken. But everybody thinks, oh, you are this athlete, you get to get glorified on Saturdays. And we really be struggling more than probably a regular college student. What is your favorite memory, whether that's on football or just at school, at Sac State? What are your favorite memories? I'll put him on the spot.
That's a great question.
I mean, that is a great question. My favorite memories are just the time with my boys.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so we had a 2-bedroom apartment right here, right actually around the corner on Art and Fair.
Shout out to the first apartment.
Yeah, but so we had 6 people in there. Right, and so I had all my boys on the team, and just like kind of carouseling of like, okay, one person's about to be a senior graduating, they're out. We have my boy Ryan Kugler in there.
Shout out to Ryan Kugler,
Brock, Fahim, RB, like Rock, like it was, I got a lot of rent that's owed from these guys. I think those are the things that you really remember most, at least for me. It's the time with them, right? Time in the locker room.
Absolutely.
Because we're friends for life. So.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely say the same thing. We were fortunate enough coming from West, where my roommate was my brother and my best friend from high school.
Yeah.
And we had made the plan in high school. We all can go to Sac State.
Y'all always want to go to the same school?
I don't think we always went to go to the same school. It's just kind of how the cookie crumbled, how it worked out.
Some twins are inseparable. So, they like, no, we already made plans. We're going to the same school.
Yeah,
but I just worked out.
Right.
First day of school.
Now these are 2 twins that never try to look alike, and I hate when people say that they look alike because they really don't look alike.
100%. But it worked out just sitting in the living room with your boys, your brother, and it's like, got a roster spot on the team. Just hey, we did it. That's the first goal. And when you're young, you think that's it. Like, oh, we made it.
Oh yeah,
it's done.
Sure.
Life's done. We're done.
In the apartment with the bros.
Right.
Mama, no daddy.
We had a little house too, so we had a garage, a backyard.
So
we was like, life was great.
Absolutely.
Then life happens.
Like life happens. But as life happens, man, I got 2 special guests. My boy Jairon, got Cyrus in the building. It's all Sac State homecoming this weekend, and we turning up. We got some festivities happening all weekend that we're going to get into a little bit later. We are going to take a short break here. Listen to the people that pays the bills. Remember, you listening to Givin Game, and I am Coach Goody. We'll see y'all right back.
I give them a lot of grace and patience and know that they can do it, and trust the staff to do what they're doing. Trust Brendan Marion, the players. They've shown signs that they can beat anybody.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of putting it all together.
Playing the whole game.
Right.
Yeah, to Cyrus's point, when it comes to sports, you have to know your teammates, his knack, what he does.
Yeah.
When the game's on the line, and the more time you spend with the player, the more you've been around him, you know exactly what he's going to do. It's about timing.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it? Games are won by like seconds, milliseconds.
Yeah, you see the peaks for sure.
You see it. So they're still
It's the most Sac State games I watch. I'm not even gonna lie. This is the most Sac State games I watch.
Yes, we appreciate that, Goody, too.
I'm tapped in. I got the ESPNs, the Hulus. I'm gonna support. You know what I mean? I'm gonna stick beside him. Now, I need us to win, though. You know what I mean? We gotta get some dubs. And I see glimpses. It's like moments where it's like, oh no, that's exactly how you need to play. And then it's like, crash out. We need to get it back together. Are you guys very optimistic about basketball, bringing in Shaq? Obviously, everybody and their mama, because they know I'm a hooper. You know what I mean? Let's take it to the hardwood a little bit. That addition, getting Mike Bibby, which is like, when you talk about, is Sac State making the steps? Absolutely, by signing Mike Bibby. I know football runs the world, and you need football to be good for your school to be an anchor, right? But to get Mike Bibby,
huge.
Sacramento legend, okay? No, he did his thing in Arizona, right? But legend. I don't think there's anybody in Sacramento that does not like Mike Bibby.
100%.
Y'all, Jim, we need the renovations, because I'm with it. Because I don't want to be in the Cracker Jack box rubbing elbows. We got more space. How you guys liking like that addition and like seeing some of the things? Shaq is the king of partnerships, so that's going to play to a major factor in Sac-12, being able to like get and rub elbows with people that he knows and the marketing. But how'd y'all feel when they were like, hey, you guys are getting Mike Bibby and Shaq?
I was hyped. Yeah. I was super excited. I think the basketball is going to be phenomenal. But shout out to the women's basketball.
Come on now, I'm just saying we win the most. I'm just saying.
I met the coach.
Win.
I met the coach. He's been nothing but love. He's really trying to get the community locked in. We got an event November 6th. He's doing something with the elementary students, teachers. So he's really pushing the culture for the Lady Hornets. My daughter, she's 5, so I'm all about it.
Absolutely. Shout out to my from Intercam. She's a freshman at Sac State. This is what I'm saying. Naming off players. Being able to say, this kid from our city is now there, and 100%. I want to go there. Because these kids, like, AAU is crazy. These kids are playing 707 summer ball. Like, these kids are at Sac State way more than they ever were. And now they can name, Jairon Rashada, I seen him when he was at Pitt before he went anywhere else. So it's like, we know the guys that are on your roster. We know the girls that are at your school. But when I heard that, I mean, Shaq, Hall of Fame, top.
Mikey Williams.
Mikey, getting the sun. He was at HBCU last year, so I obviously got to watch a lot of his game and film. So I was like, they're making the steps.
The games are finna go up.
It's basketball. It's gonna be a way different transition, and we can't. And I say this because it's a whole. I think as student athletes, because we're around each other, people just see football and basketball being at the money-making sports. I mean, I'm just saying. But the other sports at your campus, how do you feel like they are? Because, again, like I said, baseball, doing their thing, made the tournament, softball, competitive, soccer, there's a couple girls, volleyball, you know what I mean? Like, your other sports are actually doing a little bit better on the numbers, the wins, other than the main sport. So how are the coaches and the morale about, hey, let's all lock in? Because it's just like your high school or wherever you're at. You need everybody on the same page. Like, you need the softball players at the game, because you see that at UCLA, you see that at Cal, you see women's basketball team, Aces. Shout out to the Aces, because I knew I had these fools in here today, but the Aces won the women's championship, and you saw them at the Raiders game, literally first Raiders win. No offense, but I'm just saying, y'all needed the champs in the building to give y'all some championship energy. But how do you guys feel like those other sports, like even their advertising, how are they, getting, I seen the baseball field getting redone, like, if you go to Sac State right now, there's a lot of construction going on for the improvement of those other sports. You see, like, more athletes come in. Have you seen, like, a more positive spin from everybody on campus? Because you guys are more on campus. I've been there, going tomorrow, okay? But you guys are on campus. What is it looking like for your other athletes?
It's. I mean, everybody's on board, and one of the things with Sac 12 and what we want to do and what we've already, started in the works is working with each team. Right, to see what we can do to help their program thrive, right? And so, we did that with basketball, we're doing it with football, and anything that Sac 12 can do to get every department, right, every sports program to that next level. Because they still have those teams deal with the portal as well, right? So they deal with transfers, they deal with the same things that football and basketball do. It's just probably not on a bigger scale.
Absolutely.
Or promoted it, because all you see in the ESPN is just football, right? Football, basketball, transfer. But they deal with the same stuff, right? They have money issues, and they want to get a player that's going to cost X amount of dollars. I mean, so
I mean, the softball girl at Texas Tech got $1 million. So I'm just saying, it's if your sport is thriving, they're showing your sport can thrive. Like, even if you don't, I mean, Texas Tech football is decent. They spent a lot of money this year, but you see the results in their softball, which is why they made the investment.
Right, and then
who's a Cali kid, by the way? I mean, I can't even believe it, but $1 million as a softball player? It's not even some football guys that's not getting $1 million.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But then Sacramento has a lot of talent in each one of the baseball, right, and softball and volleyball. So if we can keep them home, I mean, that's the ultimate goal.
What do you guys feel like the biggest thing Sac State needs to do to get homegrown talent? Because there's a lot of kids that's listening. There's a lot of kids that rock with Coach Goody. It's like, I want to go to Sac State, but, like, how do I get recruited? How do I get them to see who I am when it kind of looks like their focus is to get big names or, go in the portal? It was balanced this year. But what do you guys feel like they need to do to continue to like get these young kids? I know football has camps, basketball's having camps, a lot of stuff during the year, but what's something else?
I think what we're like exactly what AOH and this October trying to do. We want to let's get these athletes out to these high schools.
Yeah.
Let's get our Sacramento State athletes to the local high schools. Let them understand where the athletes can now tell the high school students this is what the campus is about. This is what you're going to do. Just giving them that experience so when they're making their decision, they already have a vision of what it looks like to be on campus, to be a student athlete, and you can stay home. When you have the ability to play in front of your home city. I mean, when I ran out there and I knew my family's in the stands, I got my people from high school, my people, my neighborhood, everybody's there. I mean, it's nothing like it. It's an amazing, experience for sure.
For sure. What you think that the next step could be to getting our athletes? Because obviously a big push of this Pac-12 part is what are we doing athletically? What are we doing athletically? I know you're like, we're going to improve the school. The school is making improvements, okay?
Right.
Black Honors College, all these other things that they're doing on campus to be academically competitive. But when you think about it, and this is just a hot take, as we close out, I think Sac State is the gem of California.
100%.
I think it's the most diverse school. I think it's the most possibility. I think it's also the most normal school because everybody schools are on the pedestal. College is on the pedestal. But when you go to Sac State, you actually feel like, I'm in a normal place. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like you're not infested with all these big buildings and all these walks. It's trees. City of trees, by the way.
Come on now,
okay?
City of trees,
the campus definitely reflects that.
Yes, absolutely.
But what do you feel like that next step could be to just catapult us to where it's not even a question?
The biggest thing is facilities, right?
Come on.
So we talked about building a stadium, whether it would be on campus or Cal Expo. Right now, let y'all decide where you guys want.
I'll take Cal Expo. You know what I mean?
I do. You know what I'm saying? I do too.
I live by Sac State, so it's traffic regardless.
All the students live off campus.
Right. It's enough space too. We got to have enough space.
We got to turn Cal Expo into something.
Yeah, but I mean that's the biggest thing. I mean, and that's what's holding us back is the facilities, right? I mean, the basketball gym, and shout out to the Nest, but there's what we've seen, we know, right? There's a lot of middle schools that and high schools, but
high schools that
have bigger
River City,
right? Shout out to the Raiders.
Shout out to the Raiders because they got a nice gym.
But I mean that will put us to that next level,
I agree.
Right? And is having the new stadium, the facilities, weight room, cold tubs, right? Treatment centers, all those things that make a high level program function is what we need.
I mean, I remember when me and Cyrus got there. Remember my freshman year, we didn't have the broad facility, so we were just in the shed. No, I swear to God, in the shed. But we were blessed enough to have. We were blessed enough to get the broad facility, which is a beautiful, place. So it was really nice. But shout out to the Well. I worked there for multiple years, doing intramural tournaments, supervisor there, and it's a beautiful facility. So I think their vision is to really, I could see making that like the gym. I think that's their game plan. I believe, at least for right now, until we can get another spot. I think it'll seat enough people for it, and it's state of the art in the studio too as well. So
absolutely. I mean, I would love an idea. I don't know if you guys have been to the Raiders Stadium, but they changed the stadium for Raiders games in Las Vegas, the university there, so they literally take apart the field. They have their own locker room. They have their own everything. So I'm just saying, we got a great stadium down there at the Golden of the One. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Because I think a big part of Sac State, they need to get integrated in downtown. From where the school starts all the way to the 5, where that freeway starts, that should be Sac State Row. It should be shops. It should be stores. It should be, and this could be a continued conversation because a big part I was asking is like, what else does Sac State have? Like, what's the Sac State bar, the store you can go get the jerseys or like just a kicking spot for students because you hear about it at Penn State or the Michigans. Like they got local, where's the hornet's nest outside of the nest? You know what I mean? Where are we cultivating those things? Where can I go and buy a Sac State bumper sticker, keychain, like, you know, that's not on campus, but these people are also patrons in the support of the university, right? You see that at every big campus. So for me, I'm like, we need to keep going block, taking it over, because I think that the space and what Sac State needs, why not? I mean, what else? Outside of the Kings, what else do we got? Yeah,
and I mean, even going to Arden Mall. Yeah, right? Like I go to Champs.
Yeah,
right. You got Alabama, Cal, SC.
Don't go to Sac State. I don't have my Sac State gear on now, and I gotta go to the school to get it.
State and Champs and Finish Line or all these other
Walmart. And I'm just saying,
there's not even there.
They got the Monterey Trail in El Grove. They got Laguna Creek. They got West Park in Roseville. They got Cordova Lancers gear in Walmart in Rancho. But I can't get a Sac State shirt. Is crazy, man. I'm just saying, that's the paraphernalia, right? You gotta get in the Wally World and Sac. I definitely got my Starbucks Sac State stuff.
The dollar store.
Yeah, like, you know, we gotta get, whether it's a little fan, a lighter, but it makes you want to be engulfed in what we're doing, because again, like I said, my mom's a Stinger. Shout out to her. And everybody is Stingerettes because she went to Sac State. So it's like, even if I'm not, I am by default. You know what I mean?
From the city.
I'm from it's a legacy, right? Yeah, I'm a default by, you know what I mean? So as we close out, we're going to be working. I just want y'all to know, I told y'all Coach Goody is about getting in my city, being everywhere everybody else is at, and how I can support Sac 12 on my station and what I do. We're going to be there making sure that they get as much publicity. We're going to be at the Sac State Girls event on November 6th. I'm going to be in the business. I'm trying to get in the fan crowd tomorrow, at the game. So if y'all see me out there wilding out, you know what I mean? Know it's all from love. But as we close the show, I just want both of these fellas to give shout out what y'all doing. How can people follow you? How can people get tapped in just to make sure that they are seeing what both of these young men are doing throughout our city? So I'm going to start with you, Jairon, and then Cyrus, you'll close us out.
Absolutely. Big ups. Thank you, Goody. Appreciate it. Hey, Architects of Hope, artists and athletes organizing higher education, creating civically engaged leaders in our schools and community. Follow us on our Instagram, Architects of Hope 916. Tap in if you got young people in the city that need support, mental health, civic engagement, leadership. Hit us up. We are ready to support. We're in multiple districts, and we are ready to just get back to our young people, man. We're going to set a higher standard, and we're going to see it all the way through. So
shout out to my boy Demone too. I got some people from Rosemont. All in the comments. They say shout out to Demone for putting in work at Rosemont High School. After school programs, stingers. So that's what he's talking about. Architects of Hope. So the people is watching, the people is tapped in. But shout out to our brother who's not here. We knew he was gonna flake, but we'll talk about that. Cyrus, close us out, man.
Sac 12 Saturday. Come out and support the rib cook-off. Come out, meet me. Get involved. Shout out to my business partner Ray Gallo, the CEO as well. Follow us at Sac State 12 or my personal at Mulitalo. If you want to be involved, we have website sac12.org. If you want to be involved to help push Sac State athletics to the next level, we'd love to meet you. Come out Saturday and we'll chop it up, have some ribs, and have a good time.
Hey, tap in. It's a great organization. I got a lot of information off the website, got on the subscriber list so I can get my emails and be tapped in to support. Remember, this is your favorite sports show, man. Thank you to the guys for pulling up on me, because guess what? We about to have a turned up weekend. Shout out to the Kings, because I will see y'all tomorrow at the Sac Kings Fan Fest. So if you are not doing anything, it is free. Just go ahead and come pull up at the Doco. So I got a busy day in sports. I'm going to love it, of course. What else would y'all think? Again, thank you to my brothers for pulling up. I greatly appreciate it. We got a lot of work to do, and we are going to do it. You know what I mean? We claim it over here. I'm Coach Goody. These are the guys. My intern is in the building, Julius. You guys are listening to Givin Game on 97.5 FM KDEE, and we'll see y'all back here next week. Peace!